Emily in Paris is always on the go, working out, getting hated on by Europeans, but no matter what, her hair always looks amazing. Out of all those things, working out is what messes with your hair the most. So if I can get you to the point where you have amazing hair while working out, you basically have life-proof hair. So this is my Emily in Paris routine for having amazing hair while working out and doing anything else that you have in your life. The only thing is, she has the benefit of having a professional hair and makeup team to do it for her. And the director can always yell cut so they can stop shooting and retouch up her hair. You don't have that. And guess what? You really don't need it. It's actually not that far-fetched. So I'll show you if Emily was a real person in real life without the professional hair and makeup team, this is how she would do it. If you don't know me, my name is Chris. I own a hair salon called Live Love Locks where we test a bunch of products and bring the best ones to you. I make these videos because way too many people have unhealthy hair and I don't want you to be one of them. So welcome to 2022. Hair has come a long way, and if you know a couple secrets and tips, you can have healthier, better looking hair in less time than you're spending right now. The first rule of busy hair, and this is my favorite rule, is work smart, not hard. Your hair does not want you to mess with it. If you mess with it too much, it's actually going to get angry at you. Your hair wants you to leave it alone until it's time to wash. And if you try and wash it early, it's gonna pitch a fit, and dry out on you, and take up way more time than it really should. So the entire goal here is to extend your style for as long as possible. What you're gonna do is strategically plan your washes around your workouts so your hair looks much better, much longer. Knowing that, I'm going to give you the goal of going at least 3 days between washes. If you can go longer than that, great, but at least 3 days. You may be freaked out, like 3 days, I don't know if I can do that, and that's okay. I'm gonna show you the exact strategy. You're done winging it, we're gonna use a real strategy now. The starting point for this strategy is to get your hair as clean as possible. The cleaner it is, the longer it will stay clean. And to do that, you need to know shampoo kung fu. You probably think washing is just washing and there's nothing to it, you learned it when you were 4 years old. But actually, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of tricks and secrets that will get it to stay clean for much longer. So I'm gonna give you a little bag of tricks here to help you out now, but if you wanna know shampoo kung fu, the entire thing, check this video out right here. The first thing is you need a professional shampoo. The old-fashioned stuff, the Pantene, the herbal essences that you used in middle school, that stuff does not get your hair clean. Can you really imagine Emily in Paris going in the shower and using Pantene? It's not how it goes. You also need to use good technique, which means getting the shampoo on your scalp, not on your hair. It's really easy to put the shampoo on your hair and swirl it around on the outside, but the oil is actually on your scalp. So put the shampoo on your scalp and work it into your scalp. If you get the scalp clean, I promise you the hair will automatically be clean. But if you do it the other way around and get your hair clean, that doesn't necessarily mean that your scalp is gonna be clean. So start with the scalp, worry about the scalp, everything else will follow from that. And most people need to wash their hair twice. If you haven't tried that out, you definitely should. It'll make your hair stay clean much longer. And the last thing you need to do is get rid of any heavy products that you're using. What does that have to do with keeping your hair clean? Great question. Most people don't realize that just one heavy product will take them from washing every 3, 4, 5 days to having to wash every day. Heavy products weigh down your hair and make it feel gross. All right, so let's get into what you're actually going to do. And none of this is skill or technique based. You don't need to be great at hair to do this. This is just a strategy that I'm gonna take and just give to you, and you're gonna run with it. Super easy. The first and most important part of the strategy is we're no longer winging it. We're not just gonna wash our hair whenever we want, and we're not just gonna work out whenever we want. We're gonna do it with purpose because we have a strategy. What we're gonna do is combine our washing routine with our workout routine. These things are not separate anymore. These things are together, and we do them together purposely because timing is everything. You might have expected this video to be like 7 hair tips for the gym or something like that, and I have those coming, but what we really want to do is take a step back here, get the right strategy, because if you do that, you can get so much more done in much less time, and that's where the real value is. The first concept is that all workouts are not the same. Sure, they can be if you want to do them like that, but I'm going to show you a couple cool reasons to switch things up. Before we get into this, I'm not trying to be your personal trainer. I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your workouts. That part of my life is totally done. But for purely hair reasons, I really recommend that you have 3 different types of days. The first type of day is an off day. On these days, you're not working out, you're just resting, letting your body repair itself so you can see the results of your hard work. On rest days, you really shouldn't be sweating that much. You're not working out, you're not going to the gym, you're taking it easy, focusing on other parts of your life. The next type of day is a cardio day. It doesn't have to be all cardio, but the idea of this day is just to do everything that makes you sweat really bad on this day. That way we can plan our washes around it, which I'll get into in just a minute. The third and final type of day is a weight training day. It doesn't have to be all weights, but the idea is to have a day where you're not running around sweating your fanny off. So those are the 3 types of days. You have rest days where you're not sweating. You have cardio days where you're sweating a ton, oh yeah. And then you have weight training days where you're sweating a little bit. And remember, like I said, cardio days don't have to be all cardio, and weight training days don't have to be all weight training. The idea is just to get it so one day you're sweating a lot and one day you're working out without sweating a ton. So we have our days, and now it's time to get into the strategy. Our job is to pick those days and put them in the correct order so they line up perfectly with the right days we wash. In other words, if you just wash your hair, the last thing you want to do is have a cardio day where you sweat all over that fresh hair. We'll go through the correct order in just a second, but keep in mind, our goal is to go at least 3 days without washing. You probably won't be able to go 4, 5, 6, whatever. So for right now, in the beginning, let's just shoot for 3. So let's pretend that right now, as you're washing this, your hair is dirty and that you're gonna wash it tonight. Because your hair is already dirty, today is going to be a cardio day. So you're gonna work out and sweat as much as you want without even worrying about it. You're gonna wash your hair and style it however you would like, and then you can go on a date because you're in Paris or whatever you want. And we're not even worrying about dry shampoo or anything like that here because your hair is still nice and fresh. So you wake up the next day with fresh, clean hair, you go into work feeling amazing, and all your coworkers are super mean to you, but you don't really care because you're gonna prove them wrong in a couple episodes. And this is going to be your rest day. You always wanna do a rest day right after you wash your hair so you don't ruin it. The worst thing you could possibly do right now is to work out in your fresh, clean hair. It's just gonna ruin it. I hate this phrase, but it's honestly hustling backwards. If I say lit, just end it. If you work out on fresh, clean hair, you're really off to the worst start possible. Number one, because you're gonna mess it all up, but number two, you're probably gonna have to put one of your rest days on days that your hair is dirty, and that's just a complete waste. You wasted your rest day. Rest days are super valuable because they don't mess up your hair. So take the day off, go look at the city or whatever plot advancing stuff you like to do in your story, but whatever you do, do not get sweaty on rest days. All right, so moving on to day 3 here, but first let's do a quick recap. The first day, we did a cardio day, and we came home, we washed and styled it, got fresh hair. Day 2 was a rest day where we basically just enjoyed having nice, fresh, clean hair. Day 3 is now going to be a weight training day. Remember, it doesn't have to be all weight training. We're just gonna do a workout that doesn't make us sweat like crazy. And this is the day we're gonna start reaching into our bag of tricks. Usually the tricks that I show you are things that I've been practicing for years, but honestly, I don't have a ton of experience working out at the gym with long hair. But luckily for us, my salon co-founder has been doing this for years and years since we've opened. She has a ton of tips, which I'm gonna share with you today. We've showed it to our clients and they love it, so I think you'll love it. She actually does this boot camp type workout where they actually sweat a lot every single day. So if she can make it 3 days, you can make it 3 days. This is the strongest routine you'll get. The real enemy when you're working out is sweat. And sweat mostly just affects your roots. If it's doing the whole thing and it's dripping down your ends, I can't really help you. So it should really only be at your roots. The first thing you're gonna do to protect your hair from sweat is to put it back in a ponytail. And I don't mean just like grab it up in the back. I mean the entire thing straight back so your part is gone. Your part should be completely hidden, everything straight back. The reason you wanna do that is to protect your part line. If your part gets messed up, if the roots get messed up there, it's extremely visible, everyone's gonna see it, and it kind of throws off your entire look. And speaking of roots that you can see really easily, you need to protect your hairline. The best thing you can do is use a headband that's thick like this so it'll absorb it. Don't use a little guy, use a big guy like this. Leslie also notices a huge difference when she uses a headband with some rubber grip. The rubber grip will keep it in place so it doesn't move around. That way you're protected and it's absorbing the sweat in the right places the whole time. After your workout, you're gonna use a towel to get any extra sweat that you can, and then you're gonna go home and take a shower. But before you get in the shower, you first want to use a dry shampoo, and then you're gonna put on a shower cap. That's right, a shower cap. Most people don't realize how much damage a shower does to your style. You know that sweat is terrible for your style, but all the moisture, all the humidity, all the splashing off your shoulders, water is finding its way into your hair, making it feel gross and dirty, so you have to wash it way before you should. You probably don't realize it, but even a cold shower will increase the humidity by a massive amount. So imagine steam and a hot shower. You're basically doing more damage to your hair in the shower than the sweat did at the gym. So please promise me you'll wear a shower cap. It'll make a massive difference. Even though it's just water and humidity, I promise you, it will mess up your hair. You'll have to wash it much earlier, and whatever your style was, it's gonna go to crap. And if you're really an overachiever, I recommend a makeup headband. This is gonna go right on your hairline to protect your little guys, and when you're washing your face, it's gonna make sure you don't get any into your hair. One quick note about the shower caps is you don't want just any shower cap. The shower cap needs to have a terry cloth lining. It's like a felt on the inside. You don't want one of the shower caps that's plastic on both sides. It won't do anything. You need to have the terry cloth lining. It's like $10 on Amazon, so it's not expensive. I really recommend it. All right, so remember back at the beginning of the video, we said that we were gonna try to go 3 days between washes, and that's exactly what we did here. We went over an entire routine with what you're gonna work out and how you're gonna treat your hair on each of those 3 days. After this 3-day routine, you're just gonna repeat the cycle. So the next day will be a cardio day where you work out and sweat as much as you want. And there's something that I really want you to keep in mind. Every time you go through the cycle, you're gonna get better and better and better. But the first time you do it is going to be the worst. So if you can make it through just decently the first time, I promise you, you're gonna be a pro on like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time. This is actually a skill just like anything else. If you get this down, your life is gonna be so much better, your hair will look better while you're putting so much less time into it. I'm gonna be a little hand wavy here, but I've seen it too many times in my clients. I can promise you this is true. When you look on the outside the way you feel on the inside, you're comfortable in your own skin. And then who knows, maybe you start a conversation with a stranger or a guy that turns into something great. Enough of that, I'll stop now, but I promise you, if you get this down, your life will be better. I've seen it way too many times. Don't deprive yourself. If you're still freaking out about being able to go 3 days between washes, here's a video right here. I'll link it again. It'll show you exactly how to shampoo your hair so it stays cleaner much longer. And remember what I said about heavy products and getting rid of them because it'll make your hair feel gross. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. We usually have a really good discussion down there, so check it out. Have a good one, guys. Thanks again.